Your brain is 200,000 years older than your life. And yet, you use it to choose which series to watch. Imagine an ancestral hunter in a freezing cave, surrounded by darkness and invisible dangers. He had one simple mission: survive until tomorrow. Your brain was built for that. But the strangest part is that the same brain that saved your ancestors is now completely lost in a supermarket with 50 types of yogurt. If you want to understand why you take so long to make simple decisions, you need to imagine what life was like when choices were literally a matter of life and death. If you like discovering the hidden stories behind human behavior, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any revelation about how the past still lives inside you. Back then, the world was hostile. Extreme cold, constant hunger, lurking predators, incurable diseases. A small group of humans lived in caves, using primitive tools, depending on fire for survival. Every day was a struggle. And in that brutal context, the human brain developed something extraordinary: the ability to make decisions fast. Very fast. When you saw a shadow move, you couldn't spend time thinking. You had to run. Now. That speed saved lives. Because in a world where predators could appear at any moment, hesitation meant death. Your ancestors who could make quick decisions survived. Those who spent time thinking didn't leave descendants. And you are a descendant of those who ran first and thought later. But that still doesn't explain everything. Because beyond speed, the ancestral brain developed three completely different systems to deal with the world. The first is pure instinct, that quick reaction that bypasses thought. You see danger, you run. You see food, you eat. Simple. Direct. Efficient. This system is so fast that you don't even notice it's working. It's automatic. It's ancestral. The second system is analysis. When danger wasn't immediate, the brain could stop and think. Analyze the situation. Plan. This system allowed humans to create sophisticated hunting strategies, to build communities, to develop language. To create art. To dream. And the third system, perhaps the most powerful, is social awareness. Humans realized they lived in groups. And what others thought mattered. A lot. Because being expelled from the group meant certain death. You couldn't survive alone. So your brain developed the ability to read minds. To understand what others were thinking. To anticipate judgments. To worry about reputation. These three systems worked perfectly together. Instinct kept you alive. Analysis made you intelligent. And social awareness kept you safe within the community. Generations passed. Thousands of years. And these three systems became increasingly sophisticated, increasingly automatic. They were encoded in your DNA. In your brain. In the way you think. This detail seems small, but it changed everything. Because when the modern world arrived, it arrived fast. Too fast for evolution to keep up. Suddenly, you woke up in a completely different world. A world where choices were no longer a matter of life and death. A world where you had 50 types of yogurt. A world where you could choose between 10,000 different clothes. A world where you had to decide which series to watch among millions of options. A world where you could change careers, cities, identities. A world where possibilities were infinite. And here the past begins to appear inside modern life. Because your ancestral brain is still trying to use those three systems to deal with trivial decisions. Instinct wants to act fast. Analysis wants to consider all options. And social awareness wants to know what others will think about your choice. All at the same time. About something that doesn't matter. About a shirt. About a coffee. About a series. The most surprising part comes now. Researchers discovered that when you make a decision, even a simple one, your body releases stress hormones. Cortisol. Adrenaline. The same hormones your ancestors released when facing a predator. Your body can't differentiate between choosing a shirt and escaping a lion. For your brain, both are threats that need a quick response. But the modern world doesn't let you respond quickly. It forces you to think. To analyze. To consider what others will think. And while you do this, your body keeps releasing stress hormones. You get tired. Frustrated. Paralyzed. Your heart beats faster. Your hands sweat. You feel that knot in your stomach. All because you need to choose which color shirt to wear. But that still doesn't explain why you feel so bad after making many decisions. Because the cost is real. All this activation of the three systems, all this release of hormones, all this constant analysis drains your mental energy. You wake up with energy. You have breakfast. You choose what clothes to wear. You choose which route to take to work. You choose which project to do first. You choose where to eat lunch. You choose which message to answer. You choose which series to watch. And at the end of the day, you're completely exhausted. Not because you worked hard. But because you made 35,000 decisions. Your brain is so tired that you can't even think straight. This is decision fatigue. And it's as real as physical exhaustion. Researchers measured this. They measured brain activity. They measured hormones. They measured everything. And confirmed, making many decisions drains your mental energy in a measurable way. What makes this even stranger is that your ancestors never experienced this. They made maybe 10 decisions a day. All important. All with real consequences. But there were few. Your brain was built for that. For a world of scarcity. Not for a world of infinite abundance. And now you carry this ancestral brain in a modern body, in a modern world, facing challenges that no human in history has ever faced. Before this could save a life. Today it appears as paralysis. As anxiety. As depression. As the feeling that you can never make the right decision. As fear of regret. As procrastination. As the feeling of always being wrong. But there's a greater truth here. You're not broken. Your brain isn't weak. You're just a modern human carrying an ancestral brain. And understanding this changes everything. Because when you realize that feeling of paralysis isn't your weakness, but rather the mark of 200,000 years of evolution trying to survive in a world that changed in just 200 years, you start to have compassion for yourself. You start to understand that the ancestral hunter inside you is doing the best he can. He's trying to keep you safe. Trying to keep you accepted. Trying to keep you alive. Even if the thread is just a shirt. Even if the decision doesn't matter. The next time you're paralyzed by a simple choice, remember this. Remember that inside you is an ancestral hunter, trembling with adrenaline, trying to protect you from a danger that doesn't exist. And maybe, just maybe, you can smile at that. Because you finally understand where it comes from. And when you understand where you come from, you can change where you want to go. You can breathe. You can choose. You can live.